This is the Negro Ninja, and I want to read Proverbs 28:11 real quick. And it reads, "The rich think highly of themselves, but anyone poor and sensible sees right through them." Okay, now you know that the Bible has its foot on the necks of the rich people. Okay, but it's not really a rich versus poor thing. It never was. Okay, the key takeaway is sensible, like it says, but anyone poor and sensible sees right through them. Now, before I break this down a little bit, let's read the first part again. The rich think highly of themselves. And ironically, don't you know a lot of poor people that think highly of them too? You know, so me personally, I would see through people and be like, yeah, that's cool though, but I can do this too. And that's really not that impressive. That's good, but it's really this going on. Like you can see it, like something I'm really good at is fighting or whatever. And somebody will be easily dazzled with whoever in the UFC or boxing or karate or whatever. And I just be like, you know, that's just basic. Oh, you think that's just basic? Can you do it while you're up there? Okay. Now, these are clearly not sensible poor people. Okay. So, once again, the Bible is not trying to villainize somebody just because they're rich. Remember, King Solomon is the richest man in history. And he said this, hold on. And this is Ecclesiasticles, this is 2:24. There is nothing better for man than to eat, drink, and enjoy his work. I have seen that even this is from God's hand, because who can eat and who can enjoy life apart from him? Okay, and this also explains why you see so many successful people just not satisfied with anything. Okay, you see King Solomon knows where everything comes from. He's content. Oh, that's God. Okay, because Ecclesiasticus is about, oh, everything is futile. Now, if a normal rich person was saying this, that'd sound like some doomer stuff. But not when a man of God like Solomon breaks it down, because he tells you. Because Solomon knows pretty much everything. Okay, he'll tell you, I saw all under the sun. All right, you know what? I'm going to read the second part of what he just said in that Ecclesiasticus. For the man who is pleasing in his sight, he gives wisdom. God gives him wisdom, knowledge, and joy. See? But to the sinner, he gives the task of gathering and accumulating in order to give to the one who is pleasing in God's sight. This too is futile in a pursuit of the wind. You see how deep he is? Okay, now back to the regular point about how the rich thinks too highly of themselves. Not every rich person, just the ones that don't worship God. Okay, or just anybody that's successful in general. They get on the one step higher. They want to just shout from the mountain. Okay, they're so in love with themselves that they just figured, I'm here. Why not just shout? I seen a nigga become a millionaire, like dead serious. As soon as he got his first million, he typed a whole essay, because I was in some type of group. A whole essay bigger than this screen, just going all the way down. Don't give up, do this, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm like, you ain't telling us how to get rich. Okay, just say, dang, I'm happy I made $1 million. They never tell you nothing that is beneficial. Okay, these niggas is like that. You can do anything, speech, skit, and Key and Peele. Let me play it real quick. Hold on. Okay, listen to this here.
Finish to an incredible game tonight with Charlie Sanders winning the game in literally the last second. Unbelievable, truly spectacular. Charlie Sanders, how does it feel?
Hey, yo, I want to say something to everybody watching. Yo, you can do anything. Anything's possible. The world is yours.
Charlie, did you think that that game was going to end that way tonight?
Yo, there are no limits, all right? You can swim across the Atlantic. You can jump real high and touch the moon.
Fantastic. Charlie Sanders, fresh off of his victory, it just feel like he's ready to touch the moon.
I can fly. Anybody can fly. If you believe in yourself, the way I believe in myself tonight, you will fly.
And what's next Charlie Sanders and the orange.
Kids, you can actually fly.
No, not literally.
Yes, literally, kids, young kids. I want you to go up on your roofs right now.
Wait, what?
Fly into the night sky.
Okay.
People will see you flying, and you can do anything. You can do anything.
Okay, well, we just want to remind the kids that, of course, you cannot actually fly, kids.
Come on, y'all, screw that negativity, man. Hey, boys and girls, ages 8 through 12. Yo, don't let nobody ever tell you what you can and cannot do. All the preteen children out there, listen to my voice. You are immortal.
Okay, well, obviously we understand that Charlie is super excited right now, and that no one is actually mortal. Nobody at all.
Kids, you can turn yourself into a car and have a friend drive you onto the freeway.
Okay, no, well, that's just a metaphor, kids.
It's not.
Just
You
a metaphor.
still have the power of childish innocence. Get a friend on your back and make a beeline for the next ramp to the freeway, y'all.
Okay, don't do
To
it.
the freeway.
He's speaking figuratively, folks.
Once you get there, ain't nothing figurative about this. You will turn into a robot.
First.
Okay. And that's exactly how they be for real. Okay. And then if you just think about how people talk in modern times. Okay. They're repeating things they hear people they look up to say, you know, a lot of successful people or whatever. And once again, this ain't saying that, oh, every successful person says stupid stuff. A lot of them just don't believe in Jesus. So they're going to say stupid stuff. Okay. These days, the average mother effer, okay, sounds like somebody from a cult. Tell me I'm lying in the comments. Half the ideology you hear today doesn't sound like some cult mess that you would have heard in the 90s. This is the stuff that people used to parody, that is normal talk because people think so highly of themselves because they made it. Okay, now even though there was a skit that you heard, okay, did you hear any talk of reality in that skit? You didn't hear reality. Okay, you didn't hear no talk of this is Jesus Christ who gave me this win, none of that. They always talk emotion. It ain't no different than somebody telling you some stuff to hurt you because I wasn't even in the mood, man. I ain't even mean what I said. Okay, emotional speaking is always bad, even if it's positive. You heard a lot of toxic positivity in that skit. You know, some of Key and Peele's best freaking skits. Okay, when they, you know, is really, really funny, there's always truth in it. Well, it's truth in all their skits, but their best stuff is really deep. All right, back to those type of people that do the speeches. They are literally high on themselves. Me. Look at what I have accomplished. That's why it always sounds like they shouting from a mountaintop. They're high. And they do not take responsibility of whoever follows their advice and hurt themselves or not succeed. Let me play the second part of this skit.
Foremost, I just want to say, 12 families who lost children, I'm sorry. My statements were irresponsible. I have subsequently looked up the terms, literally and metaphorically, and found that whereas I was not incorrect, they did not mean what I thought they meant.
Okay, now the funny thing is people don't really take accountability. That's your fault. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Who told you to listen? I ain't think y'all was gonna listen. Okay, that skit basically proved that people just be talking out of their A. Okay, just like a hoe. Okay, you ever just talk to a hoe that's so full of crap that sometimes she'll even give you a facial expression telling you not to believe what she says. She'll say something stupid, be like, for real? And she'll keep doing it. Like, I'm like, what do you know, it's like a bitch hiding. I mean, like a bitch calling for help, like she ain't in control, but she just give you the eye. You know, she's trying to cry through her eyes. You see it through the twinkle. That's what they are. Okay, they are binded with a golden yoke. And I don't know if I said this in this example, but let me say it again just in case. Hold on. All right, I'm at this draft. All right, so basically, you know, what was I saying? You know, we know a lot of poor people that are not sensible. You know, like a lot of poor ideology is crab in a bucket. Okay, they try to bind you with their stupid ideology. Like they would say, you can only be good at one thing. You can't be good at everything. Like a lot of successful people would say, oh, you can do anything. There are no limits. Like what happened in the skit. Okay, the unsensible poor crab in a bucket, but they are trapped under a glass ceiling. You know, what they should be telling you is, instead of, oh, there's no limits, you can do whatever you want, you can do anything. Okay, which is dang near similar to saying do as thou wilt, which is from that Satanic Bible. Okay, basically no boundaries, basically some lawlessness is what they're saying. But what they should be telling you is Philippians 4:13, which is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay, that's liberating because there really are limits if you're just trying to do it yourself. All right, I had this pause for a minute, but basically, the reason why many successful people give bad advice, okay, aside from the fact that most of them are narcissistic and just into themselves and see themselves as an idol because everybody else does, is simply because nothing they say is grounded with the foundation of what Jesus says or what God says. Okay, so there's no truth in it when you leave God up out of stuff. Okay. Okay, and another part I want to point out from that skit, because people really do say stuff like this for real. Jump off of a building, you can fly, and this, that, and this. Okay. Once again, that's just symbolizing how they don't tell you nothing that is grounded in biblicalness. I mean, in the scriptures. Okay. So let's say you have that mindset, whatever, I can just jump off this building. I can do what I want to do. I'm in going everywhere else, blah, 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 blah. Okay, does this not remind you of what happened when the Satan tempted Jesus in the wilderness? This is Matthew. Let me find that verse. Hold on. Matthew 4, verse 6. All right, so look at this part. You know what? I'm going to start at verse 5. Then the devil taketh him up onto the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple. So he's pretty high. Okay. And saith unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Now, out of context, that sounds like it's real, don't it? Okay, and let me get a little sidetrack again. That reminds me of that time I was closing at the store and they was taking forever to leave, and then I got into a situation to where the assistant manager tried to read me the Luciferian scriptures. I was like, well, I didn't ask you for this. Why are you talking to me? We couldn't go. I'm like, I'm just stuck here. And it sound, like I said, it sound like a lot of positive thinking books. More or less, it really sounds similar to how the devil talking that sentence right here. Okay, it's not going to say anything that sounds anything remotely to an R-rated horror film, okay, or Silent Hill or nothing. It sounds like this. Oh, that sounds like it makes sense. Jesus, yeah, he saves people. God saves people. But this is what Jesus said to him. Okay, because remember, the same point I'm trying to make. Satan himself came to Jesus like that. Okay. Oh, somebody's saying something that seemingly sounds good, and this person is successful because you know who runs the world. Satan is in charge of many things that people want access to, and etc. And he's trying to tempt Jesus. And Jesus flat out says to him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. You know what? I was just going to say that and end it, but I might as well just continue because this still flows with this here. The next parts of this scripture, this whole chapter. So again, the devil taketh him up to an exceedingly high mountain and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things I will give thee if thou fall down and worship me. Okay, now once again, there's a reason why these people have, a lot of them have, not all of them, because some of them are of Jesus, but a lot of them are not. They got a stupid ideology. Okay, and that is how they succeed. Their mind is not of Jesus. Okay, and so the stuff that is around you don't really feel like they should try to block you like that, because they pretty much gave themselves up to the devil. Okay, this whole, like I said, people should read this. They should take this scripture more seriously. Anyway, then Jesus said unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. I don't want to hear none of that mess, Satan. Okay. Okay, in modern times, you'd be like, I don't want to hear none of that dumb new age bull junk y'all talking about. I'm first to read the Bible. Okay. And then the devil leaveth him, and behold, the angels came and ministered unto him. Yeah, don't listen to that dumb stuff. We got you. Remember this? Yeah. Okay, because we all need to hear somebody talking some sense. We all need to hear somebody talking the Bible, like real words from the Most High. Okay, you see how he was trying to vex Jesus. Everybody need a recharge from the stupidity. All right. And that is why you hear so much stupid stuff from people that is doing so well. And that's all I got to say. Now, once again, not everybody that's doing well is of the devil. But that's all I got to say for this message. And this has been the Negro Ninja, bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.